Yeah. Let me see the good.
You live. Why does that red line keep going across? Okay, there we go. What are you doing?
He's famous.
I have company. Oh, I got thumbs up from somebody, but it doesn't show anybody's in here. I'm testing out a new location in my house. So I'm just checking to see if it's laggy or glitchy or anything like that. So any feedback would be great.
No.
Oh, it's hard. The images flip, so you know.
Yep.
The light's good.
Yeah, the lighting's good.
See, I feel like he's over here, but it's the other way.
It's always reversed.
It's hard to get used to.
Because if it was straight, then they would read your shirt and it'd be backwards.
That's true.
If it was a mirrored image.
Well, ow. What? This is Bean. The pain in my butt. The pain in my neck. The high energy boxer pit mix. Aren't you?
Super high energy.
I should get my phone so I can tell Bernadine to join me.
Yep.
I don't like the glare. Oh, hi, Linda.
Bean.
Yeah, I know. I don't have any reflective on my lenses, so it looks terrible. So I have to point my head down. My ring light is like this big. It's not one of those little ones. It's huge. So is there a lag when I'm talking or moving or anything like that? Because on my end, there kind of is.
And how's the audio?
Yeah, is the audio okay?
Bean. Sit. Wait. Wait. Down. Wait. Okay. Good job. Good job. He said, where's the treat? You lied to me. You lied to me. It's called positive reinforcement. Positive affirmations are your treats.
Any input, Linda? Slight, but not annoying. Okay. Is it pixelated at all, or is the picture clear? Oh, good. Awesome. Yeah, next time I get glasses, I'm going to see if I can splurge for AR. I've always had AR on my glasses, but when I got these, I was kind of poor, so I had no choice. And I didn't anticipate that I'd be in front of a camera. But I don't like not having it anyway because I get reflections back on this side. Well, this is the room that Cecil was staying in. And we cleaned it up really good. And but I don't think it would be good enough for a yarn storage. So I'm not going to put any yarn down here. There's spiders sometimes and crickets and centipedes and all that. So quit. So this is just going to be for, I think, for recording and stuff like that. Hi, Bernadine. I was just going to text you. I didn't have my phone, though. I'm glad you're here. I just got done watching your video. How's the volume? Is the volume okay? Yeah, all that's going to do is mute it. Let's see. Hey, Bernadine, are you... Bean, quit. He chewed a hole in this little rug that we bought for Cecil. Are you going to put a border on that blanket? You're probably like up to here with it. I think it would look nice with a border, though. No? Bean. Bean. You cannot chew a hole. Yeah, I bet you are. Up to here with that blanket. Bean. I've been working on my granny stripe shawl. And I thought I had enough of the correct colors because I wanted it all to be jewel tones. You know, like reds and purples and blues, you know, and like dark greens. I didn't have enough, so I had to throw in some colors I really didn't want on there. Bean, no. Anyway, so I found some mini skeins of a variegated blue, and I found a purple, and I found some reddish ones. So I caked those up, and I'm going to integrate those. I've only got 2 more rows to go, or not 2, 10. Oh, now I froze. I'm freezing. 10 more rows to go before I'll decide whether I want to make it bigger or not. But 10 rows means 10 colors or rotating, you know, a few colors till I get to row 10. But yeah, it's going to be really pretty. But I wish that I could have done it all in jewel tones. I have a whole bunch of donuts of Knit Picks palette, and it's wool, but it's not superwash wool. But I believe it's fingering weight. So I'm gonna go check the strand on that, and if it's thin enough, I may incorporate some of those in it. It's just not as soft as superwash. But, you know, it'll work. It'll work to finish it off. And then I think I might make another one just with that Knit Picks palette because I've got tons of it. I don't know if you remember, we weren't talking really back then, but probably 6 months ago or so. No, how long ago was it? Yeah, about 6 months ago, I guess. One of the gals that used to come to our crochet group, she brought a big a 50-gallon trash bag full of these Knit Picks donuts. And I got the whole bag for $50. Unbelievable. So, and in that bag was actually some undyed hanks of Knit Picks yarn. So I was thrilled. Yeah. So Yeah, I think I will. Some of the colors are heathered and they're just so pretty. They're so pretty. So I think if I do another of these granny stripe shawls, I think I'll use exclusively Knit Picks palette because each one is enough to do a row at least. So that'll be neat. It won't be as soft as superwash wool, but quit chewing. But it'll still be pretty. Yeah, that was a hell of a deal, Bernadine. Hi, Ellen. I'm just testing out my new location, so I probably won't be on here for very long. Um, but I've decided to. Yeah, Bean is he's. That's a kind word for him, Bernadine. How am I? I'm fine. I decided that I just today I decided I'm gonna move my desk down to this basement room that we had cleaned out and prepared for a friend of my son's that stayed with us for about 6 weeks. And because my yarn room I can't even walk in it. I can't even walk in my yarn room. It's ridiculous. So there's no point in keeping this desk there because I'm not going to film in there. It's easier for me to do it down here. I don't know if I'll do my lives down here because it's really slow. Hey, hey. What's new, Ellen? Have you used any of that Malabrigo yet? Packed up most of my yarn after the flood. Now video in my living room. I'm used to seeing you in your living room. I'm anxious to see what you do with that Malabrigo. Oh, okay. I don't think I was watching you then. Maybe. There's my friend Linda. Ellen, I have a newfound love for one of the Madeline Tosh yarns. Do you have any Madeline Tosh? It's called Merino Light, and it's gorgeous. Working on a shawl for the SR. What's SRYP? What am I missing? How? Are those shelves over to your left? Yes, it's a tall shelving unit. No, Tosh? Well, if you like single ply yarns like I do, the Merino Light is just like the Malabrigo. Ow! Malabrigo Makita. This is a challenge to use yarn. We were. Ow! He just wants to bite me. But this, I found a kit on Marketplace, and in that kit were 12 little balls of Madeline Tosh Merino Light, and it's just beautiful. I love single ply yarn. Love it. I really don't care what size it is. But I love single ply yarn. I always have. Ever since I discovered Lion Brain Landscapes and Red Heart Unforgettable, that was my first love, not the wool. the single ply roving. My Malabrigo is in the mail. Oh, hi, Joyce. Hi, Joyce. Oh, 20 hanks from a store closing in Colorado. What's the name of the store? Am I familiar with that store? Colorado. I know of a store that was in Illinois that closed. I think Illinois. Oh my gosh, you're so... And you didn't tell me? You didn't tell me. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, that sound you heard? That was on my son's phone. I did. It was on a community tab. I usually don't look at people's community tabs. If you'd mentioned it in the video, I would have been in big trouble. Oh my gosh. 50% off Malabrigo. $10. You and Me, a yarn boutique. Emergency alert was why you were freezing. Oh, was that for Sam?
Yeah.
Was there an emergency alert?
Yeah. Amber alert.
Oh, an Amber alert. I thought that was on one of your videos. Hey, Linda, there was a helicopter circling in my neighborhood today. Most of the afternoon, in fact. And I posted something on Nextdoor to see if anybody knew what it was. And apparently somebody had called the police department here locally, and they said they were not able to give out any information. And then somebody posted on the thread that a felon had escaped and he was a rapist. So I'm like, okay, Independence Police wouldn't divulge what was going on, but you know what's going on? So I don't know if they were just trying to scare people by saying that, but this lasted most of the afternoon. They circled, hey, quit chewing. That hole's getting bigger. Quit. He's chewing a hole in this rug. Thank goodness it was a used rug. Sam, call him.
Come here, Bean. Bean.
Anyway, they circled for about an hour. At least an hour. And the radius was pretty big, but I was probably dead center of that radius. And this went on for about an hour, and then they stopped for probably another hour or more. And then it started again. This time they had moved a little bit north of me. No, east of me. And there's a school east of me. And that went on again for about another hour, at least another hour. And I looked out my window. I kept hearing it, but I couldn't see it. Of course, I've got tall trees around. Oh, yes, I locked every door and turned my alarm on. I certainly did. I even locked my basement door, which there's no entry door. There's just windows like that one. I can't, like that one. That's so weird that this is backwards. There's windows just like this one. It would be very hard for someone to get in one of these windows. They'd have to kick it in. And it would probably take several kicks. Anyway, I looked out. When I finally did see it, I felt like, again, I was in the center of this radius. So, it eventually stopped. So there's nothing on the news. I was going to watch the 6 o'clock news, but now it's 7 o'clock. So, Linda, if you watch the news, I usually don't watch local news. Yeah. Bean would protect me. Yeah. I would count more on Goober than Bean. I don't know what Bean would do, but I think Goober is has a little bit more protective instincts than Bean does. But that was kind of scary. Once that person posted that they were an escaped felon, that was kind of scary. So I'd be interested to see if it's on the news. Goober is almost 3 years old. He'll be 3 when, Sam?
December 23rd.
Isn't that was that when he was born?
That's when he was born.
Okay. He'll be 3 just before Christmas. He's the best dog. I swear, he is the best dog I have ever had in my life. I don't know what I was thinking getting him a playmate, because he's the total opposite of Goober. And he challenges my every nerve. Linda, today was no different. Oh my gosh. And my yard is full of holes, and oh my gosh, it's awful. I don't want to wait 3 years, Joyce. They're puppies till they're 3. They don't outgrow puppyhood until they're 3. But I will tell you, I am going to have him neutered after he turns 1. That might help. Maybe. So he was born in January. So sometime after the first of the year. The same with your cattle. What do you mean the same? What's the same? Cattle dogs, though, they're working dogs. So it makes sense that they're like that, because they have to work. With this dog, he's boxer and pit. Boxers are eternal puppies. They never grow up. I know, because I've had my share of boxers. Pit's not so much. So he's very much got a boxer personality. But yeah, after January, that's happening. For sure. But I've heard that, it can take up to a year for you to see any change in their personality. He'll be reasonable after 3 years. Yeah. It's going to be a long 3 years, Joyce. Eternal puppy is a scary phrase. That's what boxers are. Right, Sam?
Yep.
Yeah. They are. Yeah. But in a good way. In a good way. We've had 2 pits and 1 lab pit mix. Love them both. Yeah, they're great pets. They really are great pets. But, the combination of the 2, I don't know. Maybe I was just lucky with my previous boxers, and they were easy to train and well behaved. This one is very hard-headed and very independent. And he's smart. He is smart. When it's time for me to wipe paws, he doesn't want to come to me, because he knows what I'm going to do. And he doesn't want his paws wiped off before he comes in the house. So, I've thought to myself, maybe I need to just start walking Bean anyway. I could walk Bean. He's not going to drag me. Goober would drag me. He's 80 pounds. I can't walk him. He's too strong. Oh, well, we're through the most of the craziness at this point. The kettle dog, 2 years, 3 months. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What are his jobs, Joyce? Walking will get some energy burned out of me. I know. I know. That's what I should start doing now that it's getting cool. I should just start walking him. Because Goober, he can hold his bladder all day long if he had to. But he's started digging. But at least he'll let me clean his feet. Bean, not so much. Yeah, he's so much for me to handle. Truly. Truly, truly. Oh, Bernadine, I got my Temu order today. Wasn't it you that I told and showed a picture of that blanket that I ordered? Oh, okay. I'll talk to you later then, Bernadine. I enjoyed your video. It was you that I showed? Well, it was not what I expected. I'm going to try and lower this a little bit. That doesn't really help the glare. I got the blanket today. It was very much misrepresented. It's more of a throw. It's not, it's a throw. I put it on my bed, but it's more of a throw. I should have gotten the bigger size, but still, it's the weight of a throw. It's pretty. It is pretty, but it's not as floofy. I thought it was going to be floofy by that picture. No. And, I left a 2-star review, and we'll see if the seller reaches out or if Temu reaches out. I don't know. But now it's discontinued. If you click on that blanket, it's discontinued. Wonder why? Because it's poopy. It's poopy. Look at Goober. Look at him. Isn't he cute? Okay, Bernadine, we'll talk to you later. Linda, are you talking about the helicopter? Oh, he's sleeping. Oh, look at that baby. He's so sweet. Hi, Goob. Hi, Goob. He's such a... That last one is him playing with our German Shepherd mix. We walk our dogs twice a day. Cow dog is tasked with check the perimeter where he runs around the yard, or play soccer where I kick the ball and he retrieves it, and go play with Duke. Him playing with our German Shepherd, working on a Quicksilver shawl. What a crazy pattern. Had to frog it 10. Oh, man. Whose pattern is that, Ellen? Does he do all of those jobs, Joyce? And does he do them well? I've not heard of the Quicksilver shawl. Maybe I should check that out. I don't know what would happen if I click to open another tab. Oh, it's Moogly. I've not heard of that. Is it new? Is it fairly new? I love shawls. Anybody who knows me knows I love shawls. Asymmetrical, no, it was a challenge pattern. He's getting really good at them. Awesome. That's good. I don't know that Bean really needs a job. He just needs to be trained manners. And Sam's working with him. Sam's very good, my son. He's very good at training. No, my Ella is the best. I know she is. I'm starting a baby blanket this evening. 24 points. Oh, 20. I want to make one of those star blankets. I don't know that I've seen a 24 point. 24? Whose pattern is that, Joyce? I'd like to see what a 24 point star would look like. Yeah, I've seen the 12 point. I would like to make a 12 point. Is that the one you're working on, Ellen, that you've frogged 10 times? I'm sure it's easy. Okay. By the way, Joyce, I have some news. I'm starting a weighted blanket from a bunch of heavier yarn. Get some of those ponytail beads to add to it. That's like the latest craze. To do a weighted blanket with beads, those plastic ponytail beads. Anyway, Joyce, I have news. Um, you and I have both done the escape shawl, right? Well, there's no tutorial for it, right? And the designer is probably not going to make one. So I reached out to her and asked her if I could do a little tutorial on the escape shawl. And she said yes. Much to my surprise, she said yes. Oh, you like my shirt? I know how to score. Do you? um, yeah, she gave me her permission to do a tutorial. But you know what? I'm not going to do the whole thing because I want to drive people to her pattern and have them purchase it. So I know, right? So I know the sticking points for me when I was making it. I don't know if you had the same sticking points, but I know the two people that I shared it with had the same sticking point that I did. So I'm just going to give an introduction to, how to get it started and then how to do the Catherine's wheel rows. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't need to illustrate or teach how to do the back loop single crochet. Everybody knows how to do that, or they should. Yeah, just going over the parts that might confuse people. Because I don't know about you, but when I was doing that Catherine's wheel, I was confused on which part. I don't remember if it was the lower part or the upper part that confused me. So I'm going to go over that and try to get as many people to make this shawl. I asked, I was in one of VJ's lives recently, and I asked her, how do I, I said, I want this shawl to go viral. I asked her to help me. Well, when I said help, what I meant by help me is try telling people that they should make it. That's what I meant. No, she told me I need to do a make along. I don't want to do a make along, crochet along, because then I'm like, well, if you want to make this crochet shawl with me, you need to spend $8 on a pattern. I don't want to do that. I'd rather, I mean, I know that sounds kind of weird since I'm going to be doing the tutorial. Yeah, and she told me once it's done, she said, trying to reduce the glare. Once it's done, she told me to share it with her so that she could share it with others. So that's a little intimidating, but so I need to make sure that I have everything just right and know exactly what I'm going to do because I'm not very good at editing. And then do it. If I have to do it over, I'd rather do it over. I'd rather do it over than have to go in and try to edit it because I'm not real good at editing out things. I'm not good at that. What do you mean the green one, Linda? Maybe the designer would include link and Ravelry. Yeah, maybe. But I'm not doing it to drive traffic to my channel. Believe it or not, that's not my goal. That's not why I thought about asking her. I just think that shawl is the most beautiful shawl I've ever seen. And I think people should be making it because it's beautiful. Did you keep yours for yourself, Joyce, or did you make it for somebody? Joyce's is beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. Right. Yeah. As support to make the shawl. Yeah. I don't even know how anybody would find it. I only found it by chance on the Malabrigo website. And that was after I bought my birthday yarn in June. At the end of June, I got a free pattern. And I went to the Malabrigo website just to see how much it was because it was free with my purchase of the yarn. I donated to charity auction. Oh, that's right. You mentioned that. 175. Oh my gosh. You must be so proud. Wow. That'd be cool if you saw it out in public someday. That would be really cool. But anyway, I went onto the Malabrigo website thinking I could see how much that pattern was. Well, I didn't find it. But I did find this pattern, the escape shawl. And the minute I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. That is the most beautiful shawl I've ever seen. And the colors she just used one color. I can't think of the color. It's a Malabrigo sock color. And it's like an Asian country name or something like that. Baby blankets. And yeah, I get it. But anyway, the yarn that she used was like a variegated blues and purples and greens. It's beautiful. And it made it look like peacock feathers. So I'm like, I have to make this. I have to make this shawl. And she recommended, I think, a 3.5 millimeter hook, if I'm correct, Joyce. Is that right? I think she recommends a 3.5 with a fingering weight yarn. So I started out my first one, which was that glittery one, and it started to feel kind of stiff. And I reached out to her, explaining that this feels kind of stiff. Is that normal? And she replied really quick and said that yes, she experienced that too. But once it was blocked, it was fine. And that was right. Of course, that one I moved up to a 4 millimeter, I believe. Yeah, I finished it off with a 4 millimeter, and it blocked beautifully. So then I started that second one because of Joyce, and she used 2 different colors. And that just blew me away. It just blew me away. So now I'm making 2 more. One is that orange and green. I don't know if any of you have seen it on any of my videos. But a solid green yarn, and then the variegated has orange, really pretty orange and green in it. So I'm further along in that one, and then I started a solid one out of Hobie Twister because I gave my friend Linda some yarn so that she would try it, and I gave her some Hobie Twister in 2 shades of orange. And so I'm not very far along with that green one, which is fine because Linda's not started hers, which is fine, Linda. You can start it whenever you want. But I told her that I'd meet her at the library if she needed help with it, because it is so easy. It's so easy. Once you get how the Catherine's wheel works, it's really easy. And it's just beautiful. It's so pretty. Bernadine, that was here earlier, she made one using a yarn art cake, 2 of them. My friend here locally, Jeanette, she made 2. She made 2 of them. I know she made one, gave it to her mother. She used a heavier yarn, if I'm not mistaken. And hers turned out really pretty. I think she only made the one and gave it to her mom. Anyway, I've got plans to make several others. I've got yarn combinations already picked out. So I might do the tutorial, I don't know, maybe next week. I just want to make sure that I have everything, prepared, and I know what to say, and I need to do it at the proper time of day so that I'm not shaky. So I can't do it in the morning. I'm going to have to do it in the afternoon. And so, yeah, I've got that on the horizon. So I'm excited to do it. I'm just a little nervous. That's all. But we'll get it done, and it'll be nice. I've got this overhead type deal, which I will probably bring down here and set up down here to record. And that should work out really well. So, well, we're coming up on 45 minutes, and I was just basically wanting to see how things work down here. Thanks, Ellen. I appreciate that. I hope so. I need a class in editing. I don't know how to edit. And I use InShot for my editing software. So, I just need to practice. Yeah, I'm going to scoot out of here. 45 minutes is long enough. I appreciate everybody popping in to say hi. And I'll get something for this back wall so it's not so bleh. But that's the only window. I don't know that I want to cover it, but I might either hang a sheet or get me a room divider to put behind me or something. I'll figure out something. Okay, go make dinner, Joyce. Hug a puppy for me. Ellen, thanks again for coming. Linda, thanks for popping in. And I'll see everybody next time. I need to do a whip video, I know, but I'll probably do that tomorrow. So I'll see you guys later. Remember, God loves you. Jesus loves you. I love you. We'll see you next time. Bye.